Hi Sunshine Fam, how's everybody's holidays going? I know I haven't talked to you in a while. Last conversation that I had with you was about a month ago, I think, when I was talking about a big announcement that I was going to be doing some research into my family tree and sharing all that with all of you. In that video, this is not the first video of that series, by the way. But in that video, towards the end of it, I had made mention about an incident that happened to me at work where I hurt my shoulder, and I had done some kind of a movement with my arm, and I was like, oh, that hurt so bad. I don't fake that, just so you know. Technically right now I should be at work, but let me give you a little background into my condition at this point and give you a little recap of my past year and a half. If you remember last year, I was talking to you about a pain in my ankle and showing you the bump on the bottom of my ankle, which ended up being Achilles tendonitis. Well, after going through physical therapy and several different doctors, including urgent care and a general practitioner and all that stuff, I decided to opt for the surgery, which was a little over a year ago. And the foot has been healing really nicely, but with the weather all of a sudden changing recently to getting really cold, it's supposed to be super, super cold this weekend. They're talking wind chills in excess of like 30 below, and that the wind chills may jump up to the teens to 20s below. Obviously, I'm not going nowhere in that weather. Which makes the fact that I'm not working right now a blessing. But in recent weeks, yes, the heel has been hurting a little bit more. And then if you remember in July, June to July, I started having issues with my hand where I had been dealing with carpal tunnel for many years. And at work, because I'm a cashier in a retail store, I couldn't feel the money when people would pay in cash. Yes, people do still pay in cash. I couldn't feel the money in my hand. So I went to see the hand doctor, and the turnaround for that was rather quick. But in any case, they ended up doing a procedure on my hand where they did a median nerve release. And so I had given you a video of that where my hand was all bandaged up and everything. The hand is doing fantastic. I don't have any tingling in my fingers anymore at all. And that was in July. Well, the day before Halloween this year, I was pushing a cart to the end of my register. I may have mentioned this in my last video, I don't remember. But I was pushing a cart to the end of my register. My foot caught on the back wheel of the cart, and I went face down onto the floor, the hard floor at work. And I feel, and the video shows, because we do have security cameras up at work and I have seen the videos, I feel I went straight forward. But right after the incident happened, right here on the palm of my hand, the heel on the palm of my hand, my elbow, and my left arm started hurting, like up in here. Yeah, I got my computer ready to upload this video when I'm done. But as the day went on, this pain and this pain went away, but this was not going away at all. So they asked me if I wanted to have medical attention at that point, and I thought, no, at this point I'm halfway through my shift. I'll go ahead and finish my shift, and then I'll go to urgent care right after work, which is what I did. I did file a claim, so at least this time I don't have to pay for the doctor bills, and This time I will get paid from workman's comp. I'm still waiting to hear from the workman's comp insurance what that might be. I am told it's not going to be 100% of my paycheck, but it'll be a percentage of it. So that's the big difference between the last 2 surgeries and then this incident. So I was on a weight restriction at work, which made it very difficult for them and myself to do my job. But I made it through, and the pain hasn't really gotten much worse, but it's not getting any better. So I had made an appointment. Let's see, I've seen so many doctors. So I went to urgent care the night it happened, which was the day before Halloween. And then about a week or so later, I felt, oh, my arm feels like it's doing better, so I'm going to do a little bit more tasks at work. And that was not a smart idea, because the following day, this was the first week of November, like the 4th or 5th of November, something like that. I woke up in so much pain with my arm. I couldn't hardly move my arm. I was in tears. So I called into work and went to a different urgent care, and they ordered an MRI. I may have mentioned all this to you, so I apologize if I'm repeating any of this, but they ordered an MRI, so I had to wait about a week, week and a half till I heard back about the MRI. In the meantime, after I had gone to see the first urgent care, they asked me to make a doctor's appointment with my general practitioner, which I had done a day after, or was it the day after? No, 2 days after I called into work. The first time I called into work, but the second time I went to urgent care, because that doctor's note, she limited my weight restriction from 10 pounds to 5 pounds, but she wasn't specific that it was just with my left hand. So work sent me home the following day. I was ready to go to work, but they sent me home because they didn't want to have any liabilities on them, because the note wasn't specific enough. And they couldn't have me working with a 5-pound weight restriction because of a lot of heavy stuff that we sell at my job. So I went home, and then I went to the doctor the following day, and she gave me a note because I was supposed to work that weekend. And so she gave me the note and said weightlifting restriction of 10 pounds. So she boosted it back up and specified, I made sure she specified just with the left arm. So that went until, I want to say, the 21st of November. The first note went till the 14th, and then the second note, I think, went till the 21st. So she gave me a couple weeks with that weightlifting restriction. So then that was off. So then I've been doing my job, just taking very good care of my arm, and not lifting too much with my left arm. I've been doing a lot, obviously my right arm is fine. I just can't lift very much with my left arm. So because it wasn't getting any better, so I keep getting mixed up with my stories. So what happened was the MRI people finally called back, and I scheduled the MRI for a day that I had scheduled, that I didn't have to work that day, a day off, and went in to do the MRI, which was really kind of scary because I'm a little bit claustrophobic, and so I had to have my head in the tube, and so I kept my eyes closed, and I had to have my arm a certain way for like half an hour, which, try holding your arm, even if it's not hurt, try holding your arm stiff or still for a half an hour without moving it, and you'll understand, even with the pain that I have, you'll understand how uncomfortable that is, because you feel like you have to move your arm to get the blood flowing and the motion and everything. That's not an easy task, even if you're not hurt. And so then I had to schedule the appointment for the results. So I scheduled that for like 2 weeks later, when I had the next Monday off, which was on the 8th of December. So I went in to TCO to the doctor who actually was my hand doctor, and he told me that I do, like, the first, let me back up a little bit, sorry. The first time I went to urgent care, they took x-rays, a couple of x-rays, and they said there was nothing broken. It was just soft tissue damage. Well, this doctor, after the MRI, the day that I went in to get the results, they didn't tell me they were going to do more x-rays, but they did like 5 more x-rays, which was also uncomfortable, because I had to move my arm a certain way, and it was not very comfortable because it was still hurting. And so the doctor comes in and says, well, you have a fracture in the bone. He didn't specify which bone, but he did mention the rotator cuff. But the strange thing is, if the bone is in the shoulder, it doesn't hurt up here. I can push up here and that doesn't hurt. It's here in the muscle that hurts, from here down, and mainly like right where my hand is. And so I'm guessing, maybe, I know that there is a bone there, but it feels like it's in the muscle. And so he has me on a 1 pound weightlifting restriction. I can't lift, push, or pull anything over 1 pound. Yeah. So imagine this. Imagine not being able to pick up anything or push or pull anything, even with one hand, that's over 1 pound. How are you supposed to live your life? I mean, yeah, I can do a lot with my right hand, but, oh, would you shut up, my stupid computer? Let me turn the volume off on that, actually. Otherwise, it's going to drive me crazy. Okay. There. Sorry. So I went immediately to work. Of course, I was tearing up. The doctor also wants me to do gentle physical therapy for 6 weeks. So the 1 pound weight restriction goes from December 8th, which we've already passed that date, obviously, till January 19th. Then he's going to boost the weight restriction from 1 pound to 5 pounds from January 19th to March 2nd. So, you know, I'm tearing up going, oh gosh, now I'm going to have to miss work again. You know, how's this going to affect my pay and this and that? Well, the doctor said, because this was workman's comp, he goes, you should still be able to work. And I'm like, you don't understand my job. So I took the note into my work, and my general managers are like, yeah, we can't have you be working while you're on a 1 pound weight restriction. And they're like, maybe we can work with you for the 5 pound, but if you can get them to move it up to 10 pounds, that would be better. So right now, there's still a lot of unknowns. I know Miss Abby, everybody welcome Abby to the Sunshine Fam. You wanted me to keep you updated, and I'm sorry, you haven't texted me, so I haven't been able, I don't know your number, so you'll need to text me to keep in touch with me, or Facebook me, Facebook Messenger. But I just wanted to give all of you, my whole Sunshine Fam, the update on this situation. Right now, there's a lot of unknowns. Like I said, I don't know how much of my income I will be collecting during this time. I don't know what this physical therapy is going to involve. I did schedule the physical therapy, but that doesn't start until the 18th. And that's next week, a week from yesterday, actually. So I don't know what this physical therapy is going to entail. It's going to be with the same therapist I had for my foot, apparently. So I haven't seen him in over a year. So he'll probably have a lot of stories, and I'll have a lot of stories for him. And so I have my physical therapy. I have like 4 physical therapy sessions set up. And then the doctor also wanted to see me back in like 2 months. So I'm hoping that, even though it's going to be only a month, maybe a month and a half, maybe I can schedule an appointment to see him closer to the January 19th date, because then maybe my progress with the physical therapy will be good enough for him to boost the weight limit from 5 pounds to 10 pounds, and then I can go back to work. In the meantime, I'm already getting bored, and it hasn't even been a week. Yes, I can do things at home. It's not like a year ago where I was on crutches and I couldn't really get around much. But with this cold weather, and we've had some snow and everything, not as much as Illinois is what I'm being told, but we've got a little bit of snow flurries today, and then it's going to get brutally cold this weekend. And you know me, I don't like being out in this cold weather. So I'm not going to be going anywhere for a little while. Thankfully, though, keep saying sorry. Well, let me kind of back this up a little bit. Clary and I, as you know, Clary is my oldest daughter. She's the one with the kids. She and I haven't had the best of relationships in the last couple of years, and it's just been getting more and more toxic. And I've been trying to arrange a meeting with me and all my children to discuss family matters prior to this happening. And she's been kind of digging in her feet, and she had me very upset. And so I had a lot of money saved up that was earmarked for my grandchildren. And because she upset me so much, and we've kind of been estranged from each other for a while, which is why you don't really hear me talking about her much. I took all that money that I had saved, and I put that money towards the bills that I've been trying to pay off. So prior to finding out about the results from the MRI, I took that money out of the accounts, and I paid a good chunk to my credit card, one of my credit cards, paid that about half down. And then prior to that, I had made a payment to another credit card and to pay that off a little bit. And then the rest of them, I paid an amount to every single other debtor I have. Some of them are my medical bills. I do have another credit card for my car. So I made all those payments all at once. So at least for right now, my finances are doing okay. I changed insurance companies. You might want to look into that yourself. I know over the past couple of years, my insurance, and I've heard other insurance companies have been exploding their premiums, where they're making their clients pay a lot more. And I was at the point where I was paying $120 and some change a month for my car insurance, which I have a much older car. I haven't filed a claim since that hail incident. I haven't been in any accidents, any of that. And so I don't know why my insurance rates weren't going down. But with the economy, I kind of understand everybody's insurance has been going up. My renter's insurance was at $20 a month, which is quite high, I think. And so I called around to, well, not around, but I called this one insurance company that's close by where I live, and they were able to save me $50 to $60 a month for both renters and car insurance. So now I'm paying well below $100 a month for both car and renter's insurance. And if I take this safe driver's course for people over 55, that will lower my payments by an additional $10. So you guys might want to look into that. See how much you're paying in insurance and call around. And if you think that you're paying way too much, call around and see if you can get a better deal. Because these insurance companies need to stop bleeding their customers for what little money we make. because as you know, everything is going up these days. Consider changing insurance companies. Just my piece of advice to you. And so I did that before this all happened, and I had gotten some groceries, so I'm set for groceries. So for right now, I'm doing okay financially. Mentally, not so much, but I don't really want to get into that. As you know, I suffer from SAD, and with this cold weather and now this, but like I said, at least this time I will get paid, and I don't have to pay these medical bills. So that's a positive, and I'm trying to stay positive. And John, yes, you have been very encouraging to me, and I really appreciate your friendship. As well as everybody else that's been encouraging to me and supportive, and that I really appreciate everybody. All of you, my Sunshine fam, love all of you. So that's really what this video was all about, was to let you guys know what's going on and what's going to happen in the next few weeks. Hopefully I can go back to work around January 19th. And it's just that this had to happen at such a bad time of the year that I can't, I can get out, but I prefer not to in this cold weather. And then, because of all the snow we've had, the apartment that I live in, they are plowing the parking lots today, so they asked us to move our cars, and I realized after I moved my car, I looked at the one tire, and it looks very low, and that has me concerned. So I'm hoping that it may have been like maybe a trick of the light with the snow and everything. Maybe it looks like it's flat, but it's not. Not completely flat, but it's like about half down. And there is a place that's a couple miles down the road from me that I get my tires taken care of, and if it's good enough to drive on, maybe I can drive over there and have them at least fill it for the time being. And because I do have to watch my money and that, so it's just been a challenge for me the last year and a half. Don't ever get old. If you're young, don't ever get old. Okay? I know that's a joke because that's impossible, but or at least keep yourself in better health than I have been. But I was hoping to have been joined by Sea Dog today, but he's visiting his uncle, and he said he would not be coming over. I know Silver Star came over yesterday to help brush off the snow off my car, because obviously I can't do that one-handed. And so she did brush off the snow on my car, and then I moved my car. And boy, was it cold out there. And it's just going to get worse. But next week, I'm noticing that it's supposed to be getting up into like the 30s. So I do have to move my car back over here, because I'm sure where I have it parked there, it is going to be the weekend and they're not open on the weekends, but I don't want to get a ticket for being parked over there for an extended period of time. So I am going to have to get my car back over here somehow. Maybe have one of my kids move it or something. We'll see. But in the meantime, I'm going to continue doing some research on my family tree. And now that I don't have to work for about a month, if hopefully just a month, I can put these videos out. And I know I keep looking down. I should be looking at you guys. Sorry. But then I can start this "Who Do You Think You Are" journey. I'm still trying to decide what title I want to come up with. Who am I, maybe? Or what makes me me? Or I don't know. I'll come up with a clever if you have any ideas, I mean, I don't want to put Who Do You Think You Are, because then that'll link it to the TV show. And so I don't want that to be the title of these videos. I want it to be something unique, but kind of along those lines. So, and again, I'm still not sure how I want to do this. If I'm going to do the first video talking about myself and my parents and maybe my grandparents, or just me and my parents and my siblings and my kids. And then the next video would be going into my grandparents, because then I have all kinds of stories, because obviously they were alive when I was alive. And I do remember as a very little girl, I remember one memory of my great-grandmother on my dad's side, which was his mom's mom. I remember one memory of her, but I was very, very young. I think I was like 4 or 5, something like that. And then she passed away when I was super young. But beyond that, I don't know. And again, I'm still trying to figure out where to start to do this research. If I should go to the library, if I have to go to the city or the county to get information like census reports, birth and death certificates, wedding, marriage certificates. I do have one on the wall that I showed you last time, which were my grandparents. I believe that's the actual original, because the writing on it is very, very light. And so I did show that one to you. My parents have a smaller version of it hanging in their house, in their place. I did take that one from them, and I did take several other pictures, older pictures of some of my older grandparents, great-greats and stuff like that. I did show you a couple of them, and most of those are from my mom's side of the family. But I do have pictures of my grandparents, and I think this one is actually, I don't know. This one I think is my grandma and grandpa on their wedding day. I can kind of show you that. So I think that's my grandma and grandpa on their wedding day. She was only 19 when she got married. It could be her, or it could be the next generation back. I'm not sure. Some of the pictures I have, there is writing on the back of the picture so that I can tell you who the people are. So, and I did notice when I went to see my parents the last time, my father had a picture of his dad when his dad was maybe in his teens with his mother, which is that Clara Schutz. And no, that would be on my grandmother's side. So maybe he was older than that, because how would he have known her? Because it has Clara in the picture, and it also has his mom and dad in the picture, but my grandmother is not in the picture. So I'm going to have to ask my dad about that one. But I did take a photo off my camera, off my phone, of that picture. So I can kind of show you that one off my phone when I do that video. So I do have visual aids, of pictures anyway of my ancestors and such. So I am really looking forward to doing that, but I've been kind of trying to take everything in with the shoulder thing. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. But I just wanted to give you guys an update. And Abby, please, if you're watching this video, hopefully you still have that paper I gave you that has my phone number and my real name on it. And you can reach out to me on Facebook. You can text me, whatever. Obviously, I'm available all the time now. So you can reach out to me. But I just wanted to let you know, especially, how I'm doing. And I would appreciate you kind of keeping it away from our coworkers, because I don't want to make a big deal about it. Obviously the managers know. I did tell one of our coworkers a little bit about it, and that would be Eden. So I did tell her, but if you can kind of keep it, you know, don't tell anybody else. I'd appreciate that. I don't want to make a big deal about it at work. So just wanted to keep you informed, and all the rest of my Sunshine fam. And please, 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 please subscribe, hit the notification bell, comment below, like my videos, because that does, when I'm watching other people's videos, they do say that when you subscribe and you hit the notification bell and you comment and you like and everything, that does distribute the video to other people. So in order for me to get my subscriber counts up, which, you know, obviously I'm not looking for fame or fortune, but I've been plateaued at about 308 subscribers for a very long time, and that would be nice if that number could go up a little bit. So I need you guys to subscribe. If you happen upon this video and you are subscribed to me, but you're not getting notified, again, you may not have hit the notification bell. Or if you did and you haven't been watching my videos in a while, I don't know how that whole thing works with the algorithm kind of thing. I'm kind of stupid when it comes to that. You may have to go back in and re-hit that notification bell. Or it, you know, maybe they take it off if you don't watch my videos for a while. Maybe they unsubscribe you after a while. I don't know. But I also do need to do another shout out video, which I'm not going to do in this one because I don't have the names written down. But I know I've gained quite a few new people since the last time I did a shout out video, which was, I only named a few people in the Vicodin video. I have obviously 308 people. I'm not going to call everybody out because that would take more than an hour to do. And I don't think I have everybody's names. And I don't think I can get to everybody's names on YouTube. But it does give me the more recent names, so I can call some of the more recent people out. Like Abby, I know you're not subscribed to me yet because I haven't gotten a notification that you have subscribed. But I do know that you did watch a couple videos. I know that you're quite busy yourself, so I understand if you forgot or that you don't watch my videos as often. But, you know, when you see this, please subscribe. Please, please, please. And so, hope you guys have a good holiday season. I'm sure I'll get another video up before then. Hopefully I'll start this ancestry thing before then. Maybe if I can get Silver Star and or Sea Dog to come over, we can do another video, not unlike the Musicals and Giggles video, where everybody was talking at once, and at the end I was like, it was like The View, which got to be quite comical. Go ahead and watch that video if you haven't seen that one yet. Or if you just need a pick-me-up and you have seen it, go back and watch it. I called it Musicals and Giggles. So you can go down on my not my playlist, but like my videos, and look for that one. That one was like back in 2021, before I went to Amarillo. So it was towards the end of 2021, but I called it Musicals and Giggles. So you can just type in Chloe Got LB40, Musicals and Giggles, and that video should come up. And you can watch that one. That one is really funny towards the end. So, try to stay warm out there, you guys. Try to stay healthy, unlike me. And if you guys can pray for me, I'd appreciate it. Hopefully this will heal quickly and I don't have to worry about the pain in my shoulder anymore. Right now, it's fine if I hold it in a certain position. It's fine. But if I start moving it around too much, or if I move my arm out or up too much, it twinges. It's not to the point where it sends me through the roof, but it's enough to feel it. So I'm not really using that arm much at all. So anyway, I'm going to let you guys go. And we will see you guys on the next one. Stay warm, stay safe, and have a sunny day. Bye-bye.